Hello dear students, myself CMA Padmaja Buzruk. I will discuss accounting standards. Go to study note number 12. Accounting standards. I will discuss AS1. AS1 is disclosure of accounting policies. This standard is mandatory in nature for all enterprises. This is compulsory for all enterprises. AS1 deals with disclosure of accounting policies in the preparation and presentation of financial statements. Only significant accounting policies are to be disclosed in preparation and presentation of financial statements. AS1 requires that all significant accounting policies adopted in preparation and presentation of financial statements should be disclosed by way of note in one place as the note number 1. This is the basis of preparation of financial statements. Significant means only accounting policies that are useful for an understanding by the users of the financial statement. So significant accounting policies are those accounting policies which are useful to the users of the financial statements. Now we'll see what is the meaning of accounting policies. Accounting policies are specific accounting principles and methods of applying those principles adopted by enterprise in preparation and presentation of financial statements. Accounting policies are specific accounting principles. Valuation of inventory at lower of cost or net realizable value is specific accounting principle, and first in first out weighted average are the methods of applying the above accounting principle. Areas involving different accounting policies by different enterprises are: there are various accounting policies and different enterprises use different accounting policies. Methods of depreciation, depletion and amortization will be different in different enterprises. Treatment of expenditure during construction, treatment of foreign currency conversion translation, at what rate foreign exchange transactions are to be converted. The treatment will be different in different enterprises. Valuation of inventories, treatment of intangible assets, valuation of investment, treatment of retirement benefit, recognition of profit on long-term contracts, valuation of fixed assets, treatment of contingent liabilities. Need for disclosure of accounting policies. For better understanding the accounting results presented by financial statements, accounting results means profit or loss made by the organization, which is disclosed by profit and loss account to enable users to compare financial statements of one enterprise through time. Through time means financial statement of current year can be compared with financial statement of previous year to find out the trends. Comparison of financial statement of different enterprises. Objectives of selection of accounting policies. Primary objective is that financial statement prepared and presented on the basis of such accounting policy should represent a true and fair view of the state of affairs of enterprise as at balance sheet date and of profit or loss for the period ended on that date. So basic objective, primary objective of selection of accounting policies is that the financial statements which are prepared and presented on the basis of accounting policies should show, should exhibit, should represent true and fair view of state of affairs in case of balance sheet and profit or loss in case of profit and loss account. factors governing the selection and application of accounting policies, or methods or criteria for selection and application of accounting policies. That means while selecting accounting policies, what factors are to be considered? First is prudence. This is also known as conservatism. Generally, maker of financial statement has to face uncertainties at the time of preparation of financial statements. These uncertainties may be regarding collectability of receivables, number of warranty claims that may occur. Prudence means making estimates which is required under conditions of uncertainty. Provision is made for all known liabilities and losses, even though the amount can be determined with certainty. Profits are not anticipated but recognized only when they are actually realized. This is prudence or conservatism. Make provision for all losses, liabilities, but do not anticipate profit. Profit is to be recognized only when they are actually realized. This is the first factor to be considered while selecting accounting policy, which is prudence. Next is substance over form. It means that transaction should be accounted for and presented in accordance with actual happening and economic reality of the transaction, not by its legal form. So transaction should be accounted for in accordance with actual happening. In case of hire purchase transaction, purchaser is not legal owner of the asset purchased till the payment of last installment. Still, the hire purchaser shows this asset in the balance sheet as an asset, and he calculates depreciation also on these assets. Therefore, legal form of transaction is ignored and transaction is accounted as per substance. Now, third factor is materiality. Financial statements should disclose all material items. Material items are those items the knowledge of which might influence the decision of reader or users of the financial statements. Prudence, substance over form, and materiality, these are factors to be considered while selecting accounting policies. Now we'll see fundamental accounting assumptions. Certain basic assumptions in the preparation of financial statements are accepted and their use are assumed. No separate disclosure is required except for non-compliance in respect of. So, going concern, consistency, and accrual, these are fundamental accounting assumptions. Going concern, that means the enterprise will continue its operation in foreseeable future and no interim necessity of liquidation or winding up or reducing the scale of operation. Consistency is the second fundamental accounting assumption. Accounting policies are consistent from one period to another. And the third fundamental accounting assumption is accrual. Revenues and costs are accrued, that is, they are earned or incurred, not actually received or paid, and recorded in the financial statements. Extends to matching revenue against relevant cost. So even if expenditure is not, money is not spent for expenditure or cash is not received, it is to be recorded in the period. So that is as per accrual concept. So that is the reason why you have outstanding and prepaid expenses as well as incomes in the accounting statement. Income and expenditure of the current accounting period only is to be considered while preparing profit and loss account as per accrual concept. Disclosure is necessary if fundamental accounting assumptions are not followed. If fundamental accounting assumptions are followed, it is not necessary to disclose it. But if it is not followed, then it is necessary to disclose these. Now we'll see change in accounting policies. Change in accounting policies is not allowed. Accounting policies are to be followed consistently. Change in accounting policy should be made only in the following circumstances. Only in the following three circumstances change in accounting policy is allowed, otherwise it is not allowed. First is for compliance with law, second is compliance with accounting standard, and third is change would result in more appropriate presentation, that is more appropriate presentation of financial statements. Any change in accounting policy which has a material effect in the current period or which is reasonably expected to have a material effect in the latter period should be disclosed in financial statements. That means if accounting policies are changed and they are having material effect in the current period or they are expected to have material effect in the future period, it is to be disclosed in the financial statement. In the case of change in accounting policies having material effect in the current period, the amount by which any item in the financial statement is affected by such change should also be disclosed to the extent as ascertainable. Otherwise, that means if it is not ascertainable, the fact that the effect is wholly or partially ascertainable should be disclosed. So in case of change in accounting policies, if they have material effect in the current period, then the amount by which any item in the financial statement is affected should be disclosed if the amount is ascertainable. If the amount is not ascertainable, then the fact that it is not ascertainable is to be disclosed. For example, method of depreciation is changed from straight line method to written down value method. Such change should be disclosed and its effect on profit and loss of the current year should also be disclosed. The following are not considered as change in accounting policies. Accounting policies adopted for events or transactions that differ in substance at present, introducing group gratuity scheme for employees in place of ad hoc ex gratia payment earlier followed. So supposing if a change in accounting policy is adopted, accounting policy is adopted for events or transactions that differ in substance at present. So whatever accounting policies are being used till now, if they have been changed totally, then you cannot consider it as change in accounting policies. Example is given. Gratuity scheme for employees they have introduced in place of ad hoc ex gratia payment. Ad hoc ex gratia payment is as per the wish of the employer. So they have changed this. This does not result in change in accounting policy. Accounting policy pertains to event or transaction which did not occur previously. So if there is any accounting policy for transactions which were not there in the earlier years, or the transactions which are immaterial, which will not result in change in accounting policies. Now we'll see disclosure of accounting policies. All significant accounting policies adopted in the preparation and presentation of financial statements should be disclosed at one place as part of financial statement. It should be disclosed at one place. As part of financial statement means it is annexure or attachment to financial statement. Any change in accounting policy should be disclosed in the year of change. If fundamental accounting assumptions, that is going concern, consistency and accrual are followed, then specific disclosure is not required. If any fundamental accounting assumption is not followed, then the fact should be disclosed. Any change in accounting policy which has material effect on any figure in the financial statement of current period or which is expected to have effect in subsequent period should be disclosed together with the amount by which any item of current financial statement is affected, if ascertainable. If the amount is not ascertainable, the fact should be disclosed. So this is very important, disclosure of accounting policies. Now we'll see one illustration. Jeevan Deep Limited had made a right issue in 2010. In the offer document to its members, it had projected a surplus of 40 crore during the accounting year to be ended on 31st March 12. So they have made a rights issue, and in the offer document they projected there will be a surplus of 40 crore for the year ended 31st March 12. The draft results for the year prepared on the hitherto followed accounting practices till now, till date, whatever accounting policies they have followed, they have prepared a draft result. That is draft profit and loss account and balance sheet, and presented for perusal of the board of directors showed a deficit of 10 crores. At the time of right issue, they had projected a surplus of 40 crores, but when they prepared draft profit and loss account, they found that there is a deficit of 10 crores. The board, in consultation with managing director, decided the following: value year-end inventory at works cost instead of hitherto till now method of valuation of inventory at prime cost. Till now they were valuing inventory at prime cost. Now they have decided to value it at works cost. Prime cost plus works overhead is works cost. So that means year-end inventory value will increase by 20 crores, 50 minus 30. If closing stock increases, then profit also increases. Second, provide depreciation for the year on straight line basis or account of substantial additions in gross block during the year instead of one instead of on reducing balance method which had been hitherto accepted. So till now they have adopted WDV method. Now they have decided to change it to SLM. As a consequence, the charge for depreciation at 27 crore is lower than the amount of 45 crores which would have been provided had the old method been followed, by 18 crores. So if they change the method of depreciation, their profit will increase by 18 crores because as per old method, the depreciation was 45 crores and as per new method it is 27 crores. Not to provide for after sales expenses during warranty period. Till the last year, provision at 2% on sales used to be made under the concept of matching of cost against revenue, and actual expenses used to be charged against the provision. The board now decided to account for expenses as and when actually incurred. Sales during the year totaled 600 crores. Till the last year, they were providing 2% of sales for after sales services. But now they have decided not to provide for after sales services, that is 2%, and just account for when the expenditure actually incur. That is at the time of after sales services only it is to be accounted for. Sales are 600 crores, so 2% of 600 crores will be the saving in expenses cost, that is profit will go up by 2% of 600 crores. Provide for permanent fall in value of investment, which fall had taken place over the past 5 years, the provision being 10 crores. Provision is to be made for fall in value of investment. So because of this, profit will go down by 10 crores. As chief accountant of the company, you are asked by the managing director to draft the notes on accounts for inclusion in the annual report for 11-12. Now you are supposed to write notes for changes in accounting policy. Just now we have seen 4 points. According to AS1, in case of change in accounting policies which has a material effect in current period should be disclosed. The amount by which any item in the financial statement is affected by such change should also be disclosed to the extent ascertainable. Where such amount is not ascertainable wholly or in part, the fact should be indicated. Naturally, the notes on accounts must disclose a change. Now see here, notes on account. It is to be disclosed, that is, it is to be annexed or attached to financial statements, all notes to be in one place. Till last year, it was the practice of valuing inventory at prime cost, but during the year, the same was valued at works cost. Due to this change, the closing inventory was valued at 50 crores and accordingly profit was increased by 20 crores due to the change in method of valuation of inventory. During the year, the company decided to change the method of providing for depreciation from reducing balance method to straight line method. Due to this change, the amount of depreciation was undercharged. That is, instead of charging 45 crore, it was charged by 27 crore, and as a consequence, the profit was increased by 18 crores. In the first, because of the first change in accounting policy, profit was increased by 20 crores. Because of the second change in accounting policy, profit increased by 18 crores. It was practice of the company to make provision at the rate of 2% on sales for after sales expenses during the warranty period. It may be assumed that as a result of improved techniques and methods in production, the possibility of defects became very rare. Consequently, the company took decision not to make any provision for after sales expense during warranty period. As a result of this change, the profit would be increased by 12 crores. 2% of 600 crores is 12 crores. So because of third change in accounting policy, profit will increase by 12 crores. As a result of permanent fall in the value of investment which took place over the last 5 years, the company decided to make provision to the extent of 10 crore. Due to this effect, the profit would be reduced by 10 crores. So because of the last change in accounting policy, profit will reduce by 10 crores. See, first profit will increase by 20 crores, second profit will increase by 18 crores. So 20 plus 18, 38, profit is increased by 38 crores. Again in the because of change in accounting policy, in the third case, profit will increase by 12 crores. And here it is profit will reduce by 10 crores. So totally see, they had projected surplus 40 crores. That surplus you will get. 20 plus 18 plus 12 minus 10, which is equal to 40 crores. In this particular video, we have seen AS1, accounting policies, need for disclosure of accounting policies, objectives of selection of accounting policies, methods for selection and application of accounting policies, change in accounting policies, and disclosure of accounting policies. Thank you.